WrestleMania Pro Wrestling Podcast Network is a Moonsault Media production and is intended for private use only. For more information, contact retromaniapodcast@gmail.com. You're listening to a Cool Truth podcast production.
All right. What's up? WrestleMania Wrestling Podcast Network, Cool Truth Podcast Productions. First show of 2024. I'm Daddy Cool AC. We got a big show coming for you. I got to put this out there. My brothers, it's their 40th birthday. The twins, Smitty, Conda. I love you, brothers. There's a corporation out there that ruined the surprise party tonight. And I'm going to indirectly call you out all night through the show. But I don't want my brother to get in trouble. So we're going to do that. But with me, the one and only, the professor, Mr. Whitehouse. What is up,
Holy
my brother?
Shit.
How are you? It's been a long time.
Wow. Take the dust off my computer, turn it on for the first time.
You have to charge his mouse. Bro, it's been a long time. You know, obviously we've talked, but the fans haven't heard from you. How is everything? How you feeling? Is the mirror okay? All of that.
Going on, and funny thing is, I just a side effect for my surgery because they didn't crack my chest open. They went through the side. Side effect was I had a hernia. So I actually had a hernia surgery 10 days before Christmas. So, yeah. So we're good.
So, and I'm not setting you up with this question, but did you get consultation from Fauci?
No, Fauci,
Fauci. He left you hanging? He left you hanging,
dude.
Oh yeah, fuck that motherfucker.
Especially in our thread, Lately it's just been AC, you and me, and once in a while a certain somebody will make a guest appearance, but it's been a little rare these days.
All right, so we got the professor, Mr. Whitehouse. Love you, buddy. So glad to be back with you. And the final show of Cool Truth in 2023. Was done by me, myself, Daddy Cool AC, and this man, Shucker Joe White, pillar to post. My buddy, he's home. How was Ruth Chris? What's up, Joe White?
Dude, Ruth Chris was amazing. Like, my wife's birthday is on the 11th, and then Valentine's Day is on the 14th. I'm leaving back out on the 13th because I got to make that money. So
you did Cole Valentine's birthday dinner.
Yeah, man.
Dude,
yeah,
good for you.
And
go ahead. Sorry.
I made a $1,600 paycheck this week. I was fucking happy. I was like, we're going out to eat. We're gonna do it in style. So after,
dude, next time take that $1,600, come up to Connecticut, and I'll tell you how quick you could spend it.
That's the damn truth.
Hey, yo, Whitehouse, North Virginia ain't that much better.
No, it ain't.
No, I'm getting my ass handed to me.
But wait, hold. So all right. So before we get into all this, we're having a good time. We're so happy to be back. WrestleMania Wrestling Podcast Network. Colby, Dave, all the boys kicking out at 2, gouging. Dude, we love being here. It's a lot of fun. We've had some accolades recently, which we'd love to have. And we want to take 2024 to another level. There's so much to talk about, so much to get into with pro wrestling. Good, the bad, the ugly. But tonight we're doing the good. We're doing a WrestleMania. This is Mania season pre-show. We're going to try to keep it positive. In the past, we've done a lot of AEW, a lot of negative AEW. We could certainly sit here for the next 2 hours and give you a lot of negative AEW. We could talk about Scott D'Amore. We could talk about Vince McMahon. We could talk about all that. But I just feel like the biggest story in pro wrestling now is the positive. That is the story. That is the Vegas WrestleMania kickoff. But having said all that, one of us in the midst was actually at SmackDown that last night. So, Joe, pillar to post, Joe White, Trucker Joe, give us your SmackDown thoughts, your breakdown. You were in the building. Give us the energy. Give us your thoughts. What are the fans? Blah, blah, blah. Give us it all.
I will tell you this. I have never seen a building more full for wrestling since like 2001 than I did last night. There's going to be a video that I put up on the YouTube channel of just like all the entrances, and at the end, basically, you're going to hear me going, yeah, in the background a lot because I had fun last night.
Dude, it's great. That's great to hear. Dude, I want to hear about SmackDown. Dude, I promise you guys, we're gonna get into the press conference and all that because I have so many thoughts about it. But dude, like break down to SmackDown. Give us it all, bro.
It was full, packed to the freaking rafters. Cody even made a comment. He looked up in the upper levels, which are normally tarped off, and goes, "Man, we got people way up there tonight." He goes, "How about the people down here wave to the people up there, and the people up there wave to the people down here?" It's fucking great. But the vibe last night was like, this is cooking on all cylinders. And when I found out earlier in the day that Triple H was going to be there, I was like kind of relieved because I literally thought that we were not going to get any mention of The Rock, any mention of Roman. I'm like, okay, they did the thing last night. They want to let that breathe. So we're going to get a video package of what happened, and that's going to be the end of it. And we got anything but, because we got confirmation that it is going to be, for now, Cody versus Roman. And the crowd was, dude, I know you're all Samoan Dynasty.
You're not wrong. Whitehouse hates it. He's always called me out about it.
Here's the thing. I never thought, if you would have asked me 3 or 4 years ago when AEW first started, would I be this hardcore of a Cody fan? Right now, I would have told you, fuck no, man. Fuck that young buck-loving motherfucker.
You know what? I honestly, out of the three of us on the show, I feel like, although I'm not fuck that young buck-loving motherfucker like you, I was in the building when Cody won the ROH championship against Christopher Daniels, Lowell, Massachusetts. Shout out to the real ROH before Tony Khan destroyed it. But obviously, Whitehouse would probably be the bigger Cody guy of the three of us.
But what I was getting to was,
but I get what you're saying.
That crowd last night, we're all into the Samoan Dynasty. And the last few years since Roman Reigns has been on this title run, I turned the corner on Roman. And I have been a Roman fan. But I'm finally starting to be like most of these fans, like people standing out here, like hearing people talk in the line waiting to get in. They're sick of it. It's time. It's time for a title change.
Oh, no. Cody's got to finish the story.
They're sick of time.
Whitehouse, do you agree that Cody's got to finish the story?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, he should have finished it last year, but this is this would be a good way to top it off.
You know,
considering how The Rock involved.
I tend to agree with you, but I almost feel like probably by accident it's bigger.
Oh, for sure, this is by accident. They stumbled upon this.
Well, but they didn't know TKO and Ari Emanuel was going to buy it. So
right.
Yeah.
So
and The Rock being interjected and the whole thing.
What I was getting to is like you know how you stand in the wrestling, you get into the arena, you get your seat, and merch lines were crazy long. I've never seen merch lines at a WWE show that fucking long before. But they. You know how you get.
What were they buying? Do you know what they were buying, or
I didn't care to look. But it looked like they were buying whatever they could get their grubby.
What did you buy?
I actually got it sent in the mail. I mail order my shit. I don't stand in line. I hate standing in line. It's a pet peeve of mine. But
you are the biggest hater in the East Coast.
My mother-in-law actually mail ordered me a Cody Rhodes shirt and got it to the house.
Is that the one you wore?
Yep. It was either that or an old school Stone Cold Steve Austin shirt. I chose to represent.
Either or, you're okay, brother. You're okay in my book with either or.
You know how everybody in the arena beforehand, they do the woo and the yeah, and everybody days off of everybody before the show starts.
Yeah.
There was one guy.
We're gonna get into the woos.
There was no hardly any. Well, there was woos and there was yes, but there was one guy up in the rafters. It was all quiet and everybody's waiting for the show to start. There's like that little buzz, and all of a sudden you hear, "If you smell what the rock," and then boo! About 15,000 people booed that motherfucker out the building. This is a pro Cody crowd last night. It is a
all right, wait, hold on. I don't think we've done this. Where were you?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
There you go. And I'm not saying it would be different maybe in certain areas, but you're in Charlotte. That's Cody country, bro. Like it better be, like it should be Cody crowd.
He even said in his promo.
And then after what you just watched on Thursday, it better be a Cody. Like it's like if it wasn't a pro Cody crowd, this is not working. The fact that it is, it tells me it is working.
So, but I can tell you right now, the dark match for this was, and I didn't expect to see this guy, was Gable Steveson versus
the Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, I mean, you'll even hear in the video that I'm going to upload tonight. I turned to my wife and go, "That's an Olympic gold medalist," because she was not really impressed with him.
She didn't know.
She didn't know. She's not a real.
Who did he work?
He worked Cedric Alexander, who is from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, I know Cedric. He worked NEW for a while up here. ROH.
He worked everywhere.
Yeah, and it did Cedric with Ibushi back in the day with that tournament they had in NXT. Remember that?
Yep.
Like that's way back. So yeah.
The Cruiserweight Classic. That's when he got hired.
Yes. Thank you. Cruiserweight Classic. Yep.
So the crowd was they didn't know who Gable was. Gable got no reaction. Cedric had to make the crowd boo him by doing the boo yay with the old NWA shit.
So Gable was supposed to be the baby.
Nah. Honestly, I think Gable was supposed to be the heel because.
Okay. So Cedric was supposed to be the baby, and Gable. All right, that actually makes more sense to me, though.
Nobody in that building, except for the hardcores, really knew who Gable was.
Okay.
It was lead balloon time when he came out. It was lead balloon time when he won. The only reason why he got any reaction whatsoever is because Cedric kind of, did the cheap heat thing.
Okay.
This guy is a failed experiment.
Yeah, it's not working out.
It's not.
I mean, even if you read reports, sorry, White, I'm not trying to cut you off, but yeah,
back me up.
Even reports you read that his training at NXT is not going well. Apparently, it's something to do with even his attitude.
Yeah.
It's not going too hot for him at all. Yeah.
Maybe it would have been better off just going to UFC and actually fighting.
Yeah, or staying in college and finishing up and actually going
ding, that right there. That's what he should have done.
Yep. He uses the angle slam as his finish, and he actually does it very well. The work is there. The foundation.
So could we get Angle a part of this to be a save it or not?
Nah, I don't think so.
It was that bad?
Yeah. There's no saving this guy.
I honestly, when you texted me about that, I hate to say it, and I'm not saying this to knock the guy. Like I just totally forgot about him. Like you know what I mean? Like I haven't
mentioned hide nor hair of him since they really signed him. He appeared one WrestleMania and did that one match in NXT, and that was it.
Yeah, pal. Gable dildo, pal. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big black.
All right. We'll move on. Yeah.
So Triple H comes out to open the show, which I did not expect. And people are chanting Triple H for him, and they were really happy with the announcement. And Nick Aldis, dude, TV does not do that guy justice.
How good is he? How good is Aldis? How good is Aldis and Pierce? Both of them.
Pierce is awesome.
Yeah, I love them both.
But I don't think I've ever seen Aldis in person before. Why they don't have that guy wrestling is beyond me.
We're going to get there because I think it could happen. We're going to get there. What's that?
Him versus Pierce at Mania? Because I would love to see Pierce actually wrestle again.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Done.
That's not a bad idea, but I have another idea for Nick Aldis, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
This show, man, you're preaching to the choir with all this with me. I'm very.
Yeah, dude. Whitehouse is the biggest Aldis fan that ever lived.
We have recordings of
I will say
how high I am on him.
Do you want to know? Get out. This is the thing, though, is with Whitehouse, he will back it up with facts.
Here's what Whitehouse doesn't understand. Besides the Jim Cornette issue and a couple of issues.
Yeah, but I think that
age.
Yeah, you guys are closer than you think. But I feel like because of the way wrestling has been the last 18 months, everything's become a lot closer. Even for myself, I listen to Cornette. I root for CM Punk. Come on, anybody who's listening to this podcast that knows who I am knows that would never happen 3 years ago. Right. Me and Whitehouse used to scream at each other over it, and then your Whitehouse and your not connection was Cornette, but I feel like the way everything's played out, we've all been brought into this bubble, we just want, okay, so give us real good storytelling, and then on this other side, can we have wrestling that actually makes sense? And I had this conversation with all the boys tonight, and it's it's almost like the Vince Russo booking and the Cornette booking jiving together. Not that those two would ever jive together, but you know what I'm saying? Can we tell a story, but also have the realism? Yeah, you know what? We can when they do it right.
I was going to ask Whitehouse, how does he feel now that AC has joined the cult of Cornette?
It's funny because.
Have you joined the cult of Cornette?
Edwards and I were asked. We would say, "Hey, AC, did you listen to Cornette or this, that, or anything else?" And fuck that guy, blah 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 blah. But it's funny.
He's not lying. He's not lying, folks.
I only could. The thing with Cornette is I only could take him in so much because then he starts his Democratic rants, and I just gotta turn it off.
I admit he pisses me off as of late.
I'm trying to go down that route, but that's when he pissed me off because he went from talking like a genius to talking stupid instantly, and I just don't. It's funny, but
AR-17s with bazookas. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But when he talks about wrestling, he knows what he's talking about. When he talks about guns, he has no fucking clue.
It's funny it's because he goes from genius to stupid in a matter of
seconds. Yes.
And here's the thing: he lives in Kentucky, and I could send you guys. Right? Doesn't he live in Kentucky?
Yeah. So does Sean Ross Sapp.
Okay, thank you. So Cornette lives in Kentucky, and I would. And this is the thing: if you tell me Middle America flyover state, I'd be like, okay, he lives in Kentucky and he's a fucking super lib. And I scratch my head. And then I see I could send you guys. I'm not even gonna go political. This is all I'm going to say is I could send you guys an article right now from Kentucky that would blow your fucking mind. And I'm going to send it to you later, because it has nothing to do with the show, so we need to talk about it. But here's what I'm going to say about Cornette. And I'm just trying to be fair. My take on not only him, but previously was I do not want to listen to wrestling podcasts because I want to just watch the show and have my own opinion and portray that own opinion.
Yep. You've been preaching that for years.
But here's the problem with that. I started listening to Cornette, and I'm like, fuck, we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
So everybody listens like, this asshole probably listened to Cornette because we're screaming for the same thing. Not in every case, but in a lot of cases. Because when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, just basic, how do we do this pro wrestling thing, it makes a lot of sense. And then I want to bring this to you guys before we get into the WrestleMania stuff. This is probably a perfect segue. And I've heard Cornette talk about this, and I actually brought this up on a show a couple months ago, especially with Moxley and Eddie Kingston with the chops. And then Bret Hart comes out like last week or the week before with the chops and saying like, yeah, these chops are great and you could do them and you get your little woo and you do all that. And then I'm watching SmackDown today. This has literally happened today. I'm watching SmackDown and I'm watching AJ Styles versus Drew McIntyre. And I love both of them. And I'm not even saying this to knock them.
Super over last night. Both of them.
That?
Both of them.
Oh, no, okay, yeah, no, and I'm sure they were and they should be. But I'm watching the match, and it's like even LA Knight said on commentary, each one is chopping down a tree. You know, they're fucking chopping and chopping and chopping and chopping and chopping. And I'm just like, dude, this shit sucks. Like, stop fucking chopping. Please, for all of us.
Thing is,
stop chopping. Hold on, wait, no, sorry. Let me rant for 1 second.
You're good.
Stop chopping. Stop. You want me to believe a real fight? When AJ Styles got in the ring and he did like a forearm and an elbow and he spun around, did a kick, and then he did like a running forearm, and I'm like, well, that's real strikes. He's actually beating him up. But when you're chopping, is that a real fight? I said this to my buddy Sean. Shout out Sean tonight. I said, dude, we're sitting at a bar right now. If we got to a fight, what would we do? We probably like throw 2 shots, we roll around the floor, and everybody breaks up. But would we chop each other and then go on fucking social media and be like, look at my chest, bro. I have red marks. I have blood this. I have my chest. You guys, it's not a real fight. Stop it!
On the flip side to that, and this is fast forwarding, but later on in the evening, because they were in North Carolina, we had to get him, and my wife was wearing his T-shirt because she loves the guy. Trevor Lee! Trevor Lee! He fought Gunther in a
Gunther!
And it was fucking amazing because the whole story of the match was Gunther's trying to get
Did my girl announce him? Gunther?
No, she wasn't there. It was Jim. Jim
I forgot because she's on Raw now.
Yeah. She's on Raw. I was sad about that. But anyway.
Representing Imperium. The Intercontinental Champion. Gunther.
The whole story of the match, though, was the whole story of that match was Trevor Lee avoiding Gunther's chops. And the crowd knew it. It was brilliant fucking storytelling. They went about 15 minutes in a goddamn dark match and told one hell of a story.
See, and it's funny that you guys just brought him up because the only match in the last couple of years that the chops made sense and I was okay with it and I didn't hate it was last year with Gunther and Sheamus.
But here's what
that match made sense
because they literally kicked the fucking shit out of him.
Exactly.
I think the guy heard me because when he finally got a chop off on Trevor Lee, and I think the rest of the crowd played into it. It was a weak one. It wasn't one of his frying pan hand chops. You couldn't hear it up where I was. And I even shouted, we couldn't hear that one. Do it again. And 5 seconds, the rest of the crowd kind of reacted the same way. 5 seconds later, pow! It sounded like a fucking gun going off right beside me.
So wait, how many, was it a sellout? How many people?
No section was tarped off last night.
All right.
So
what kind of building? What would you say? Like 16,000, 12,000? How many?
You said Charlotte, right?
Yeah, it's the Spectrum Center. I can look it up and tell you.
Is that where the basketball team plays?
Yeah.
18, 16,000, probably something like that.
Yeah, it's about right. Yeah.
Because you figure they block off for the
TV and
the
production.
ramp and all that. But then you have the floor seats usually make up for that. So 16,000 maybe, right?
So according to Wikipedia, the arena seats 19,077 for NBA games, but can be
damn, that's big for NBA.
It can be expanded to 20,200 for college basketball. That building is huge, man. It's huge.
So what do you think for wrestling with the stage? But then you count the floor seats.
I'm going to say it's every bit of 16,000 in that arena last
Yeah,
night.
no, that yeah,
damn.
okay.
I mean,
Dude,
and
for a fucking SmackDown in February,
I don't know.
That's pretty good, dude.
I don't know.
But I'm gonna willing to bet
Other
though.
two.
I'm willing to bet it didn't sell out until after what happened on Thursday.
I'll agree with that.
Good walk up.
I
You think a good walk up?
I don't know if they had.
I would put money on that.
You know what? The only reason why I might push back a little is because it's Cody country.
Yeah.
So you might have got that. Yeah, you might have got that. Like
That's true.
You might have got that last week. You know, Cody's. You know,
Well,
we got to go support Cody.
You're
You
right.
know, like if you listed a Busted Open where the guy was like, I couldn't sleep all weekend and I have to drive 800 miles because I need to support Cody. Like, dude, like, bro, like, I don't know if you live in your mom's basement, but mentally you do, and you need to get out of there. I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to make fun of you. But you got to do better, dude. If you cannot sleep for the whole weekend and need to drive 800 miles because your favorite wrestler didn't get the match you thought he was gonna get, which he ended up getting, dude, you need listen.
So I will say this:
Find Jesus. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's Cody country because he even
White House is laughing his ass off right now.
Yeah, he wrestled solo. He wrestled solo Sikoa in a dark match in the very main event of the quote unquote main event of the night. And he, after the match, he even had Mike Rome, whatever his name is. He even said, "Hey, I was born here in Charlotte." So he had Rome re-announce him after the match as being from Charlotte, North Carolina. So you're
the pop on that must have been fucking loud.
I marked out like son of a bitch. I ain't gonna lie.
For sure.
But
that's awesome.
When they announced I'm gonna try to go back here because when they announced the Elimination Chamber match for the men, I shouted out, "It's the way it should have been from the fucking beginning." It's exactly what I said.
Wait. I'm sorry, for what?
When they announced the 12 men.
Oh yeah. For the other title.
I shouted out, "That's the way it should have been from the fucking beginning."
Now, but did you like that they went Drew and AJ right away?
No.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Those two should be in it. But everybody around me, when I made that comment, they kind of looked at me because I dropped an F-bomb, but then they looked at me and they kind of nodded and were like, "Yep, you're fucking right. It should have been like this from the beginning."
The only thing that makes sense is why they went to Drew and AJ so soon
so quickly,
to get AJ out and to build AJ and LA Knight for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That's
because
the only thing that will make sense.
So honestly, what you're saying makes sense because what I was thinking coming out of that was AJ is now going to cost LA Knight his chance,
exactly
and
what
they're
going to
fight each other and have a blood feud. But here's the thing: I gotta say, I'm okay with that.
Because that could be the match of the fucking night.
Having a blood feud just because you don't like each other, we need more of that. So I'm okay with it.
I mean,
too, because after the Rumble, you did not see Orton, AJ, or LA Knight for like 2 weeks, I think it was. So I was worried that LA Knight's momentum was going to cool off. He got one of the hugest pops of the night.
He was good on commentary too. He was good on commentary.
I haven't gone back and watched it yet with the commentary, but they fucking love that.
No, I think you would like it. He did a good job there.
They love that guy.
Yeah, why not?
And I'm
Eli Drake. Shout out King Firehawk.
just go back and watch his Eli Drake style stuff, man.
Yeah,
dude, he literally took Eli Drake and made him LA Knight with a much bigger platform, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, LA Knight!" And we're just like, "Dude, Eli Drake was the same thing. We loved him then.
Same thing, but more cockier.
Hey, it was probably better, right?
Better, right. Exactly.
He is my ringer for Money in the Bank this year. He better win fucking Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
They don't go face though, White. Usually go heel on that.
True.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you might have to turn him heel.
But
You might have
he
to.
calls his shot like Van Damme did.
Right. No. I don't think I'm not saying it's a bad pick. But it's
What
just,
if you
don't
had? Sorry, go ahead, Way.
No. Go ahead.
What I was gonna say. What if you had the blood feud with AJ and Eli? Here we go. See? LA Knight, and then coming out of that, LA Knight versus say Drew for the,
For the world
you know
title?
what I'm saying? Like at SummerSlam, yeah. Like Drew wins. What's that?
Drew's gonna need contenders, and he's a heel.
But that's my point. So Drew wins the Elimination Chamber. Drew goes on to WrestleMania. Drew beats Seth. Now Drew needs a contender. Now you have LA Knight, who just beat AJ Styles in a blood feud at WrestleMania. I think that's something to work with, no?
And they can with those two being on different brands, they can arrange like a post-Mania draft or something shit like that.
Yeah. There's so much stuff you could do.
They got to shake the rosters up after Mania. I have a feeling they
do some trades, whatever. Whatever.
So you guys are going with Drew's your pick for the chamber?
Oh, I'm just saying in that scenario.
No. I'm just saying in general.
In general, maybe it depends on if he's signed a new contract. If he wins that chamber match, he's signed a new contract.
Well, yeah.
So,
for sure,
all right.
sure.
So then we're going to say.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence between Drew and Randy. I'm on the fence between the two of them.
Randy Orton.
Because look at it. Here's your 12: Orton, Bronson Reed, Owens, Paul, Styles. Well, we know he lost. Miz, Lashley, Ivar, McIntyre, Zayn lost, Mysterio, and LA Knight.
So you got 10. You got 10 left, right?
You got 10 left. Obviously, we AJ's going to cost Knight, so we're down to 9. I don't see Logan Paul winning.
Well, can I jump in for a second?
Go ahead.
I actually would have Logan Paul win personally, but
see, with him being the United States champion,
right? Thank you.
Yeah,
you just said it.
Yeah.
He's United States champion,
yeah.
And they already did him and Seth, so It doesn't make sense. So you got to put him to the side again.
All right, so now we're down to 8.
Go ahead.
I mean,
looking at Ivar's not
going to get it.
Miz is not. Bobby's not.
Miz, especially with his Maurice.
Yeah, I read that, dude. That was kind of hard.
That was awful.
Would you at this point? Let me ask you guys this question before we go forward. Yeah. Would you at this point just sell it as like the 2 Triple H Golden Boys versus each other, Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins? Like they are literally the Triple H Golden Boys.
Because here's the chamber. For me, the chamber is Orton, Owens, Paul, McIntyre, Dominic, and LA Knight. If LA Knight makes it in. If LA Knight does not make it in, then it's The Miz. Just for shits and giggles. But
sure.
I mean,
because walking out,
I honestly, I don't think LA Knight's going to get in. I think AJ is going to cost them, and I think you're going to get the AJ LA Knight blood feud.
Yes.
Well, then that means the Miz.
And you know what? And that saves you.
And that means the Miz.
That also saves you LA Knight losing the chamber.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he still has that.
I'll tell you guys.
This is the thing. You can keep LA Knight's fan affection brewing in this scenario.
There's a guy.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a guy who has not appeared on WWE TV in a year, and y'all are going to laugh me out of the building. But the way these two have performed, I think they would have a hell of a match for the U.S. title at Mania, and it would be a spectacle upon spectacles because you got the biggest this and the biggest
for the U.S. title.
Yeah, I want to see Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny. Think about it. Just let it. I know.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
When you
Honestly, like, I get it. I get what the detractors will say.
It's the biggest recording artist and touring artist on the planet next to Taylor Swift, and then you got the biggest social media asshole on the planet in Logan Paul.
Well, I mean, Bad Bunny's no Morgan Wallen, but yeah, he's in the realm. I get it.
Can work.
I know. I'm joking with you, brother. Listen,
Quiet on that one. What do you think?
I mean, they could do it. I mean, it's WrestleMania. You know, it's a way to keep the title back still on Paul. You know what I mean?
Whitehouse, like, if it's WrestleMania, anything can happen.
Right. I mean,
I hate Whitehouse hates it. I can tell by his demeanor.
Yeah, he does. He would.
It's I'm not a big Bad Bunny guy. Like, I get it.
Neither am I. I don't like Logan Paul being there, and I don't like Bad Bunny being there.
See, I don't mind Logan Paul.
They take a spot away from somebody who's worked their ass off to get there. You know, but
Logan Paul's so good though.
He is good. I hate saying that.
Yeah.
Dude, even your boy Corny loves Logan, bro.
And I'll tell you what, that fucking Prime is not that bad.
Can I give you one more guy who we're probably not going to talk about tonight anyway? So I'm just going to bring it up. Who Corny loves?
Punk.
Austin Theory.
Oh, God.
He loves Austin Theory, and he's not wrong. Now we need to make some things come together here. I get all that, but dude. Austin Theory's in his early 20s.
I'll tell you where Austin Theory is going to be at WrestleMania. Him and the guy who he's with, what's his name? This is how I
Grayson Waller.
Grayson idiot. They're going to be in that fucking battle royal. They're going to be.
Yeah, but that's the problem. That's dude. Your boy Corny, your boy, says the same thing. Get him away from Waller, and this is why Corny loves him. And I can tell you this from personal experience because I watched Mania Indies for fucking I don't know how many years. The guy saw the kid when he was 18 years old, 19 years old. He gets it. He knows how to sell. And he knows how to sell. When he is in the ring, it feels like something. A fight, a story, a whatever. And most of these motherfuckers don't get it anymore, and he gets it. Mm-hmm. And that's why when you tell me, like, bro, like, you used to hate Corny, and if you tell me I was wrong, I agree I was wrong. Because I'll tell you right now, if you want to tell me why I agree with Corny now for any other reason more than anything, it comes to somebody like Austin Theory. Because I saw it in Austin Theory 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Ask any of you guys, both of you guys, Hollywood, Stames. It's Austin Theory. Not that I'm some kind of fucking savant, but and then I hear Corny talking about it, I'm like, yes, that's what I saw when I was in fucking where the fuck were we in Rhode Island when I fucking saw him last time? Whatever fuck hockey stadium I was in Rhode Island. It was 95 degrees out. The air conditioning didn't work. Everybody was slipping off the ropes and the this, the that, the other. And Austin Theory was like, two people stood on the show. Austin Theory, Flip Gordon. Everybody else, pretty normal. Oh, I'll take that back. There was a third person. Shout out Hollywood Edwards, Ace Austin. Thank you.
So yep. But I still think they're going to end up in the Battle Royal.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to make the correlation where when I started listening to Corny and he starts talking about Austin Theory, and I'm like, wow, we see the same things. Maybe even though you're a fucking libtard, we agree on wrestling.
I will say too.
All you got to do is go back and watch his stuff in Evolve. That's all you got. You don't have to go that far back. Just go watch Austin Theory and Evolve.
I'm going to get back to SmackDown here because I want to kind of shift it.
Do you not to cut you off, but do you guys know who trained Austin Theory?
No.
Whitehouse?
That's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember. No, I don't remember.
AR Fox.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what did Tony do?
I knew it was an AEW guy.
Yep.
I just couldn't remember.
Yeah. I knew because you know. All right. I'm just saying.
Kind of. We're going to talk about the press conference, but it kind of pissed me off when Bianca was there, not Bailey. You know, because I'm
I'm with you, bro.
You know what I said to you, and I'll say at the White House. What, a Latino woman isn't diverse enough for you? You got to get.
All right. So let's.
The only reason press conference was to plug that horrible reality bullshit that nobody's gonna watch.
No, it was. I mean, listen. Bianca's on the cover, on one of the covers for the video game.
True.
And they have a reality show. I get it. You know, is she my favorite cup of tea?
They're an entertainment company.
Exactly. I get it. I get why they had her out there. You know, and if you listen to that crowd, she has a form.
I was going to say last night, she got a huge fucking reaction out of that crowd.
Yeah.
Michin led balloon time. You could hear a pin Michin.
All right,
so I got going back to her.
I got two more questions to ask you about SmackDown before we move on.
Bailey still has booty. Don't worry, man.
Oh my God.
You're right, dude. You must be a fucking mind reader because I was gonna go to the Bailey segment.
God.
No. Listen, dude. This is the thing about me. I love 10s, but I love exotic 10s also. And Bailey's an exotic 10. And any guy that still has a penis knows what I'm talking about with Bailey. But let me ask you this, brother. Did the Bailey segment get over? Because I thought it was a little wishy-washy.
Absolutely. And they thought that
it got over?
They thought that Dakota was going to turn on her. They were in for it all the way.
I thought she was going to turn on her too.
It out. Me and my son got the hug it out chant started last night. Can't nobody tell me any otherwise. Because I was like, I want to see for one night only, maybe not the fucking side ponytail, but I want that character, that hugger character, back for WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania. You need the spectacle. I want my goddamn.
You want that fucking gimmick hugger?
Oh.
Where do you go with her now that she's not a heel, though?
Right,
she can't keep doing that.
She is right now. You keep her that way. Edgy. There's nothing wrong with her being edgy. It worked for the guys. It could work for her.
I was with my son-in-law last night because we bought the tickets as a Christmas present because I've gotten him into wrestling and he's now gotten his brother into wrestling. So we were sitting in different sections, but it was me, my wife, my son, my youngest son, my daughter, my stepdaughter, and her husband. And then on the opposite side of the arena, it was my son-in-law's mom and dad, his brother, and his wife. So
that's cool.
We were all there, and it's gotten so bad, Whitehouse, that like we have to fight for them for WrestleMania. So now my son-in-law and my daughter have to go over there for night 1, and they come over to my house for night 2.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's cool. That's cool.
So I was telling my son-in-law on the drive up there, I was like, man, because I told him about the podcast we do. And I said, AC, my boy AC and my boy Edwards, they got the hashtag Bailey got booty going on. And he looked at me, he goes, dude, she has so much lovely yet unexplainable cake. It's unreal.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we are all in on Bailey. I just wish that, I don't want to get political here, but like you said, I get it. We live in a world where diversity now matters. Because even my wife was asking me while we were waiting online, do you think WWE is more diverse than any other sport? And I was like, nah, NFL.
Oh, my God.
NFL's got it.
NBA is. NBA still is.
NBA, too. But I told her, I was like, you don't see as many African Americans in those WWE crowds. And there's not. So my thing is, why can't you have the Latina woman just as featured as the black woman? Bailey is Latina.
I honestly think in this given case, I don't think it really was that. I think it was just
in Texas. It might be different. You
know what I mean? I think it was just a pure coincidence that she happens to be what is more coming of what's going on. I think it's
but Whitehouse,
look
if you did this show in Southern California or Arizona or Texas or New Mexico, you probably have the difference with Latino and Black. Like, come on, listen, I don't even want to talk about this shit, bro.
Dude, Bianca Belair is going to be in the fucking Women's Battle Royal.
Good. You know what? It's fine. Listen, it's fine. You want to do all these women's matches. You want to do all these races. I don't care. I don't even want. I don't even want to break it down. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we putting each other in categories?
She needs her fucking flowers. And
like, I'm a fucking hardcore constitutional conservative, and I'm saying here right now, why are we putting people into categories?
Because
please, somebody explain this to me. We're all Americans. We're all human. We're all, you know what I mean? Like, why isn't it just that? Why do we have to get into these demographics and all this fucking bullshit?
Because I'll be honest with you, when I looked at Bianca showing up at that press conference and doing the weave and the dance, my wife can't stand her.
Listen, I'm not a fan of her. But I don't look at her and say, I'm not a fan of her because she's black.
Right.
Again, I'm not a fan of her just because I'm not a fan of her.
Right. But here's the problem.
I don't think any of that. I don't think any of that had to do with this. It's a purely coincidence. She has a reality show with her husband.
I don't care.
Of a video game. Of course they're going to use her. I don't think that had anything to do with that. I think it's a pure coincidence.
Listen, anybody who knows me. Sorry, Whitehouse. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Good.
No, anybody who knows me knows that I'm not a big fan of Bianca Belair. It's for no other reason. Like, I just don't think it's that great. But dude, I can't. Putting everybody into these fucking categories. Like, who cares, bro? Who cares? You want to tell me we have a women's wrestling division and a men's wrestling division? Like, okay, that's just how it has to be.
That's
how it has to be. We have a WNBA, we have an NBA. We have a women's college basketball, we have a men's college basketball. You know what I'm saying? We have a fucking softball, we have a baseball. That stuff's okay. When you want to get into all this intergender, blah, 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 I can't take it anymore.
AC, here's my problem with the whole thing, though. They had her win the Women's Royal Rumble, okay? She's even said it. I've done it all. I've seen it all. That's fucking true. That's a true statement from her. So
you're talking about Bayley.
Yes.
Bianca.
So I'm talking about Bayley. Bayley won
the Rumble.
Bayley should be front and fucking center. They should have had, if you want to plug that goddamn reality show that nobody's going to watch, fine. Stick to plugging it every night on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever the case may be. You should have had Bayley fucking press.
No, Joe,
they had her win.
You had every eye watching that event. That's the time to plug it, dude.
So here's the thing, though.
It's marketing 101.
You know what everybody did on freaking last night when they played the commercial for that reality show in the arena?
Yeah.
It was a groan.
I know.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem. That's what I'm talking about the segment on the show. It's about Io and Bayley.
Yeah.
Right?
My thing was
hold on. Let me ask you a question. Let's just take real reality here. It's the same thing. It's the same argument that I would have with Cody. If you win the Royal Rumble and you are presented with two options, Roman Reigns, the greatest champion in a generation of 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
Universal, the champion, finish the story, the whole thing. And then you have Seth Rollins come along with his 8-month titles. I'm the workhorse champion, all that. For the corny, because he said it and I agree with it. It makes no sense. The title means nothing. Now you have the women's title. Bayley wins the fucking Royal Rumble. Here we go. Here's Bayley. She has a opportunity here to win another championship against her teammate who has the a title. I mean, I don't know how to distinguish between the two women's title, but here's what I'll say. What is the bigger match? Let's stop with the fucking all the bullshit and the categories and their races and the genders and all this other bullshit. What is the bigger match? If I'm Bayley, do I want to wrestle Mommy or do I want to wrestle Io Sky? Do I have a bigger match at WrestleMania? What makes more sense? Both of you guys, answer me.
If you're looking at it from a reality standpoint,
Io
if
makes
it was
more
real,
sense.
No,
Why?
The title. Because of the title.
No. Who's the bigger opponent?
Oh, Mommy, for sure.
Yeah,
that's my point.
Draw. That's the match because I do not want to see Becky Lynch win another fucking title.
Listen, here, Whitehouse, and I know where you're going with it. Io tells that story they're trying to tell.
Exactly.
We're gonna break up the group and the whole thing, and you're gonna wrestle for this title, the whole thing. But here's my thing. If I'm Bayley, this is my point. If I'm Bayley, or if I'm Cody Rhodes, which is why it always made sense for him to finish the story, or take the Roman title. It always made sense for that. Now,
right.
I'll say this: I never felt like the Roman aspect of it made sense. Like, Roman needs to be the guy. Like, if Randy Orton won the title at Royal Rumble and Cody fought Randy Orton at WrestleMania to finish the story.
Finishing the story.
Right. That because the belt. It's the belt. It's the title.
It's the belt.
Right.
Here's the big difference.
Right. And it's not the Seth thing. But here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing with Bayley. She wins the. We're gonna do this now. Io Sky does this, and Dakota Kai does that, and we got the Kabuki Warriors. And her Kabuki Warriors. I thought Vince was gone. Why are the Kabuki Warriors back? Hollywood, Fauci, are you out there? Why are the Kabuki Warriors back? They're back. Here we go. Anyway, but here's the thing: if you win the women's battle, if you win the women's Royal Rumble, and you want to have the greatest victory, the greatest story, the whole thing, who are you going to? You're calling out Mommy. There's no other. I don't even know how this is an argument.
I was going to say they kind of made a mistake. The title really isn't the issue in the women's case because, Seth Rollins' title, does not mean shit anymore after that press conference. It doesn't mean shit anymore after Roman called.
It didn't mean shit before it, bro. It didn't mean shit before
it. Having good matches.
Yes, that's great, but in comparison, it means nothing. In comparison, it means nothing.
The whole title was created to have somebody defending a world title on shows because Roman was going to go to a lighter schedule.
Yeah,
the only reason
they could have done that, here's my thing: they could have done it with the Intercontinental title.
Right, kind of, sort of, but no. NBC went to the higher ups of WWE and said, "Listen, we don't like the fact that Fox has a world champion. We want a world champion." Yeah, that's how that happened.
You're not wrong.
True.
NBC wanted that.
That's the problem. It may but that was previous ownership, so maybe we'll get some course correction here.
I also think that they're
all right. So let's do this.
Hold on. I'm not finished with my point here. So they create the women's world title, which is kind of the same fucking thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Who held the women's title when that title for Rhea was created?
Well, I don't think we need two of them, but go ahead.
Hold on. Who held the title, the WWE women's title, when Rhea Ripley was given the world women's title? I can't remember. Did either of you really?
Charlotte? Did Charlotte have it?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I don't even remember either.
NBC is going to to a lesser extent, is going, why do they have a women's thing? Why did, the whole
I know, yeah.
Created a content war between the networks. So, over the course of the last year, they made the mistake. And she's not over. And last night proved it because They really didn't get a big reaction when they came out. It wasn't until Dakota grabbed the chair from the timekeeper's area and was acting like she was going to hit Bailey that everybody really bought into the storyline.
Yeah.
They made a huge fucking mistake by putting the title on Io Sky because she's not over. That's the deal here. Becky.
Yeah, because the 5 people in the match are better than her.
Finish. On the Raw side of things, even though I don't really want to see it, Becky Lynch is wicked over. Her and Rhea Ripley's probably going to be a hell of a match. I just hope to God that they don't change the title in that situation. Becky needs to lose again, and her and Seth can go off for a while. Hold on, let me finish, AC. So they made the mistake of putting the title on Io Sky, who is not over. Rhea Ripley is over, okay? Even without that goddamn belt, she'd still be the biggest draw on the women's side for this WrestleMania, okay? So they need to get that freaking title off Io. My thing with Bailey is once she wins it, and Whitehouse said keep her edgy, who does she fight? Because she's now a babyface. Are you telling me she's going to feud with every?
Well, she's a babyface now.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know if you should have done that either way, but
who the fuck is she going to feud with after all this? She can't fight with the Kabuki Warriors or whatever they're calling themselves.
Well, that's what they're gonna do, bro. There's gonna be bullshit.
Maybe they should have had a long time ago, or maybe a title match at the Royal. From a storyline standpoint, this is a beautiful piece of storytelling. I will say that. But
you think that's beautiful?
The whole, hey, you guys are laughing behind my back, and hey, I learned Japanese. Yes, that's a beautiful piece of fucking storytelling compared to what other, shit we've gotten for years,
Yeah, and then what did it come down to? What did it come down to? It came down to Edge and Copeland in the ring. The same fucking story that AEW told 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but the problem is, man, this makes way more sense than having two WWE Hall of Famers fight each other. It's fresh, it's new, it's new talent, it's better,
Is it really though?
I like this. I'm into this fucking storyline with her and Io. But my thing is, Io should have never held the fucking title to begin with.
Yeah, but you know what though?
Yeah, but
watch the performance she puts on WrestleMania. Just watch.
But you just said you're into it, but they shouldn't have done it. So which is it?
He's on the fence. He's right on both sides of the fence. That's fine.
This is what they're giving us, and they're making it work. They're not totally taking it to shit. But my thing is,
fine.
After WrestleMania,
because you're shitting on Io. Granted, she may not be over or whatever, but when it comes bar none, women's performer, there's not many better than Io Scott.
Exactly,
she's going to prove that at WrestleMania for her performance. She's still going to lose.
My thing is, here's what I see happening, and it's the women's chamber match. She's probably going to be in it, but she's not going to win it. And here's a name that I'm going to pull out of probably the left field. Bailey versus Tiffany fucking Stratton. That's what I see happening.
That's way too out there, bro.
Well, dude, it's perfect, man. I'm all about Tiffany Stratton, and
I get it, but she's still climbing the ranks, man. She's not even there yet. And you're going to take Io Sky out of a spotlight? No.
Once she loses the title, dude, she's done. Once Io loses that title, she's not over. She's going to tank. They have no reason to, I'm sorry. She's just not over.
You want to know? Can I?
She's not over. The fact that she has the belt, they need to get that fucking title off her as soon as possible because she's just not over.
I hate to be Captain Buzzkill here, but honestly, I think most of the general fans don't give a fuck about any of this. Like, I just hate to say it. Like the women's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about this women's bullshit. I'm not trying to be a hater. Women, I love you. I cherish you. I have a daughter. there are times when I think the women's wrestling is fantastic. This is not it. It sucks. Everything you guys are talking about sucks. It's levels of suck.
The crowd doesn't so last night because Bailey was super.
He does.
Yeah. The crowd. Hold on.
Let him have his soapbox. He does this every time. Let him have his soapbox.
I'm just giving you. Hold on. I'm just giving you my opinion. Nobody listening has to agree with me. You guys don't have to agree with me. I'm just telling you it sucks.
All right. Let's keep going. You got more. Keep going.
Whitehouse
I'm telling you to keep going.
I know. Listen, I'm not. Listen, I get it.
Hearing it.
I fucking love you, brother. I love you. He's like he was like putting it on the tee for like 10 minutes.
I was
because he knew he was like
waiting.
Why you guys thrown out? And he was like, I know AC's steaming right now.
Dude, I've been looking. I've been waiting.
Not a listen, guys.
Are the women's matches going to be the highest rated quarter hour of the show? No, probably not.
Hold on. Oh, you're right. It's not going to be the highest rate. And is that a reason not to do it? No, I probably would say no. But here's what I'm going to say to you is this. Is it not an overcorrection to say that 10% of the roster that is as good as that other 80% should be on the show? Is it not an overcorrection what we're doing here? I'm being fair. I have a daughter. I want to put this out there. I have a daughter. I am all about women doing everything they can do. I know this all sounds like disclaimers and everything else. Okay, cool. But here's what I'm going to say to all of you. Look at this rationally. Is this not an overcorrection? Am I saying there should be no women's wrestling? I am not saying that. What I'm saying is we should be putting the best women's wrestling that we can put on. And then it should be part of the entire show. But what we now have to do, because we live in 2024, is we need to do this overcorrection and do a Royal Rumble that has, I don't know, 18 of the 30 competitors that are exactly the same, that nobody could distinguish the difference with, that the botch, the boring, the no story, the whole thing. I could go on for 40 fucking minutes. And what we want to do is we want to take 5 years of women wrestling and put it together with 50 years of men's wrestling. And how that makes sense to anybody is beyond me. But maybe I'm just a hater.
See, but what's great is there's only one women's wrestler right now that I can honestly say well, there's two, but one's hurt. That's an exception to that. That's Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair.
No, I don't. They're tremendous.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
No argument.
But the bar drops tremendously after that.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying. Why can't we take the best of the best, accentuate them, put them on a pedestal, make it great, make them the fucking main event of WrestleMania? I totally agree. But let's make sure it's the best of the best. Why do we have to take? Yeah, but why do we have to take that other portion of the roster that doesn't belong there? That's making it boring. That's ruining this. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not. I know I'm ranting right now, and I know I'm fucking soapbox. I get it. All I'm saying is you could do both at the same time. That's all I'm saying. And I love. Listen, when wrestling's great, it's great. Fucking Rhea Ripley versus fucking Charlotte Flair, give it to me all the time.
Yeah.
Go. Britt Baker, how many matches has she had in AEW? Toni Storm, I love her. I think she's tremendous.
The bar drops after that.
But the problem is you took all these guys and all these girls and you just automatically said, okay, you're equal. Well, you know what? I have a sad news for you people. That's not the way it works. It's just not the way it works. It's an overcorrection. So here's what I would say. Give us the best you have from women's wrestling and let us enjoy it and let us cheer for it and let us love it. And give us the best you have from men's wrestling and let us enjoy it and let us cheer for it and let us love it and let it all play out. And you know what? If 10 years from now, if it's 50% women and 50% men, great. If it's 30% women and 70% women or 70% men, great. But here's what I'm going to tell you right now. Force feeding all this other nonsense on us, that's where you get the guys who are like, fuck, I don't want to see the women. And I don't even want to say that because I don't even believe in it. Because I think there's some fucking fantastic women's wrestlers out there. Jordan Grace.
Yep.
Dude, we did the show last year. She was my number one. There's so many talented women's wrestlers out there. And this is what I don't want. I don't want them to get swallowed up by people that don't belong. Let the greatness of them stand out. How hard, I don't know if maybe I'm wrong here. I don't know. Maybe I am. But
you're not right, but this is where the brand split really hurts them because they have to get enough women's wrestlers.
It's not a brand split. It's an overcorrection. It's an overcorrection, and every wrestling company that's
the solution to your problem is that if they, as far as the women's division go, if they would just get it back down to one champion and cherry pick the good talent and get rid of the bad, that solves your fucking problem.
No. You know what solves my problem? Wait. You know what solves my problem? The people that deserve to be on TV are on TV, and the people that don't are not. No matter what race they are, no matter what creed they are, no matter what sex they are, no matter what gender they are, it doesn't matter. The people who belong on TV are on TV. Listen, how is that not like what we all are striving for?
You're absolutely right, but in the world we live in with corporate crap and networks,
I get it, bro. I get it. You
have to have two different rosters.
I'm fighting against that. My rant right now is fighting against what you're talking about. I don't want to accept what you're saying. I don't want to accept that. I want to say we could do better. That's what I want to say. I want to say we could do better.
But you also say get rid of the bad and keep the good. The only way you're going to get rid of the
I want to put people forward on merit.
Or two rosters. That's the only reason why. There's not enough talent, female talent out there right now. Fuck it. So you got to go out there and fucking get the chicken shit. In order to fucking mix with the good chicken.
No, you're making my point. They made an overcorrection. That's my point. They decided that we're going to show 50% men, 50% women, and we're going to tell you this is the best we could do. And it's not.
I'm not even talking about them being on the same level as the men, because at the end of the day, you're right. Okay? That aspect of it, you're right. What I'm telling you is from a booking standpoint, from a corporate standpoint, they want to feature the women. Okay? So, but they have two different fucking shows that they have to fill rosters for.
Well, do they really? Are we going to see a correction with the new company though?
They gotta no, you're not. I mean, because you're still gonna have the Netflix deal with Raw, and SmackDown's gonna be on.
No, you know what? TKO's been pretty.
So they're gonna. Here's the problem.
TKO's been pretty. Allowing Dana to do Dana's thing. Why wouldn't they do that with WWE?
I'm not saying they couldn't. I'm not saying they couldn't sell Triple H. Hey, we're going to leave.
All right, honestly, let's do this.
Here's the point that I'm trying to make. As long as you're going to have two shows, and as long as you're going to have this brand split, it's just a matter of probability that yes, you're going to have women's matches on both shows. You're going to have at least two.
I'm okay with that.
Hold on. But you're telling us also that you're not. Because you're like, why can't they just pick 8 fucking women and fucking let the good wrestlers?
Yeah.
About all they have.
Yeah. Put the ones who deserve to be on TV, and the other ones not on TV.
Have too much fucking TV time.
And I'll say this. I'll say the same thing about the men.
They don't need a brand split. I'm sorry. They just don't. But the brand split also affords people who would not get a shot. Eddie Guerrero would never
All
be
right,
without the brand split. I know we're getting off on a tangent, but your problem is not solvable the way you want it solved unless they cut it down.
It's not
to 20
really.
fucking.
Wait, hold on. It's not solvable the way I want it solved.
No,
I just say just put the best people on TV and have them tell the best story they can tell. That's not solvable. Is that really not solvable in a real world, in a real reality? That's not solvable. In what realm?
Roster, you're down to an 8-women roster spread with 4 on one show and 4 on another, and that's going to get old really quick. That's my point. You can't solve it unless you eliminate the brand split in the women's division and go back to one fucking.
So what if you just hear me out here? And I know this is probably not a popular opinion, but let's just say what you're saying is true. You got 8 women here, 8 women there, 4 women there, 4 women there, whatever. You say we're only going to show the women on Raw from now on.
Considering it's a 3-hour show and the other one's 2. That's probably the way to do it.
That's probably the way to do it, but they're not going to do it because they.
Listen. I know they're not going to do it. I'm just saying, is like you said, come up with a solution.
Of any idea. If
and I'm not saying it to be an asshole. All right. Listen, we're gonna move on. We got a lot. We got a hold on. We got a lot of WrestleMania shit to get into. The one thing I want to say here is I just want to make this fucking clear. I am not advocating against women's wrestling. I actually really like women's wrestling when it's done correctly. And I want the people that do it right to have a platform to show that they're doing it right. I don't want them to get blended in with the fucking, what is it? Hold on. With the fucking the Vince fucking bullshit thing that came through with Pritchard. Was it Pritchard? Was it Bruce Pritchard? I don't even know. Maybe. No, yes, you're right. It was Laurinaitis.
It was Johnny Ace, yeah.
Yeah, what did he do? Can one of you guys tell me?
What do you mean? What he did as far as the law?
What did he want to hire to be a women's wrestler?
Oh God, Hawaiian fucking tropic models.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Right. Is that what the women's wrestlers who have put their time and dedication in to not only being a beautiful woman or a even if you're not a beautiful woman or whatever your gimmick, your whole thing, and then you put it into the wrestling and the whole thing, and then you have John Laurinaitis who's like, we got Hawaiian tropic models, all these 10s. And listen, I'm a guy's guy. Like I'm the first guy to be like, holy shit, that's a 10. I'm not even trying to fucking deny it. But come on, bros. You guys know what I'm saying here, right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It's slippery slope we're in. That's all.
All right, let's move on. All right, let's talk about Mania. Let's talk about the road to WrestleMania. We had the Las Vegas press conference. Vegas, Rock, Roman, Cody, Seth, Triple H, Aldis, Pierce. They're all out there. Wow. Whitehouse, I'm going to kick it to you first. This is one of the coolest things I've seen done in wrestling in a long time. Your thoughts?
Oh, man. Yeah, hell yeah, it was. Very new for WWE. I actually have a hypothetical for you guys. We all know how this played out, but I thought it was missing something. And
you thought this thing was missing something?
This was missing something. And we all know Brock Lesnar's stance on all this. But having Brock involved in this and somehow will solve a lot of matches, for Mania, in the sense of Cody comes out. Rock and Roman are doing their thing. Having Seth stand there was completely useless. Just made him look like a puppet champ, which kind of is.
It made the title look
like
shit.
It did. So, in my world, I would have loved to seen Cody come out. Roman's not there. Somehow Seth walks out because he's pissed. Whatever. So it's just Cody. Rock and Roman are jaw jacking with Cody. Hunter and Aldis and Pierce come and after the smack in the face and try to break it up, and all of a sudden you get Brock's music playing, and Brock comes out, backs up his boy Cody, and gets in Rock's face. So you got Roman and Cody. Seth's getting the chamber champion, and now Rock and Brock at Mania.
I don't hate it in the slightest. I wish it could have gone that way, honestly. But AC and Edwards have been preaching to me all week that the head of the table storyline, they've been building that up just as much as they've been building up Cody finishing the story, which is kind of, to me, yes.
You're still getting that.
Yeah, down the line.
But Cody, but Roman has Rock, and Cody's surprise is he has Brock. And the only reason I has Brock was because of the trilogy that Brock Lesnar has respect for Cody. And they build on that. And it gives Rock something to do. It gives Brock something to do. And you're having a big event still at WrestleMania.
Yeah, you get
because this whole thing going on is, what is Rock going to do? How, because they still could muddy this and make this a three-way.
I don't think they're going to
do it.
No, right. I don't either. I'm just saying it occupies Rock with somebody that's big like Brock.
So
I don't know. It was just a hypothetical I was thinking of.
I don't hate it at all. I really don't hate it. I think this is going to play out beautifully as Rock is a double agent. And because think of it as from a business standpoint. I know AC's going to shit all over because I'm saying from a business standpoint, you have WrestleMania. Yes, it's the biggest pay-per-view of the year, but you also have 3 other tent poles that you have to worry about throughout the year. SummerSlam has gotten to the point where SummerSlam is the draw, but it's not quite of a draw as WrestleMania.
It's the 1A. It's the 1A.
Yes.
What? Yeah. For sure.
Royal Rumble is the same way.
I want to hear where you're going because I might disagree less than you think. But
the Royal Rumble is the fact that the Royal Rumble match draws that pay-per-view, so you really don't have to build. You could take the Royal Rumble and put the 2 Rumble matches on that fucking show and say, hey, 2 hours. It's still going to draw the same amount because the Rumble match is awesome. It's my wife's favorite match of the year, and she's not even a wrestling fan hardly, but she loves the Rumble. But you still have, you have to look down the road. I'm always preaching this on my channel. You have to look at, WrestleMania, but where do you go from there? And that was Punk's biggest thing. Where do you go from there when these part-timers come in?
Interesting. Yeah, I agree. Where do you go from there?
It's a double agent in the sense that they've now made chicken shit out of chicken salad. Rock did not expect a backlash like this. Rock did not expect to be booed like this. WWE.
See, I think you guys are getting played by the wrestling media, but go ahead.
Dude, I don't think they expected it this bad. We would not have had "We Want Cody" chants handed out, which they did not hand out any at SmackDown. Because, they don't need to anymore. But we would not have had those signs handed out Monday night if it hadn't been for the blow up that this got on social media. And like my video that has gotten a lot of hits has said,
I'm gonna paint 2 scenarios when you're done, but go ahead.
They wanted it, but they did not want. I don't think they knew that it was going to be like this, where people are like, "No, you have built this up." The head of the table thing has been built up in Smark's minds, okay, for a couple years now, and it's been built up by people like Meltzer and everybody else going, "The Rock wants to do it. Rock wants to do this. Okay." Which proves my point that there's really no more casual fucking fans out there.
Whitehouse.
7-year-olds are getting on fucking YouTube. My 14-year-old son has been getting on YouTube since he was about 7.
Although I want to give Whitehouse a chance to respond to all that before I take it down.
Let me get to the end game here.
Can you get there? Because I'm falling asleep, brother.
Sorry. Think of what Mike Tyson did.
Dude, Whitehouse, dude, Hollywood and its names just popped for that comment.
I go the long way around the barn, but there is
Fuck me, dude. Come on, man.
Rock is a double agent, and that Rock is going to pretend to be on Roman's side. Rock is going to do all this. But once that bloodline shit happens, think of what Mike Tyson did at WrestleMania 14. He was all about joining DX. They did the public workout, and then at the end,
listen. I'm already ready for you, motherfuckers, because I know where you're going.
This leads into SummerSlam because you're probably not going to see Rock or Roman until then. After this shit, Head of the table. You took the head of the table. You took this family's title away. That's going to be Roman's stance. Rock is going to be like, you've driven this family's name into the ground. You're going to have them for the quote-unquote head of the title deal at SummerSlam, wherever that's going to be at. It's going to do huge box office, just as much box office and fanfare as it would at WrestleMania because the media and everything playing into it. They don't care where it happens. It's just that it's going to happen. And then you have Cody off and running with his title. Maybe Drew running off with his belt. But the thing is, Rock real didn't expect to get booed this bad. So now, and yes, he's turned heel, but he wants you to think he's turned.
So we got the we got the dirt sheet version of everything explained to you guys here. And Whitehouse, do you have anything before I take this all down?
No, and what you're saying is probably going to happen. Yes, because that's the only thing that makes sense. My scenario was a what if. It's not going to happen. Brock's been erased off the video 40th anniversary video game. He's been taken off the Raw or
done.
Whatever. Done. So he's done. So mine
They're taking Vince at everything. They're calling McAfee undefeated. Yeah, all of it.
Mine was what if. Yeah, McAfee's now McAfee's undefeated.
All right, so
they did a Benoit to these guys. So I don't know. Was that too much? Was that
no? You're 100% correct. So I'm gonna give you guys two. I'm gonna give you guys two scenarios. I'm gonna give you my scenario second. I'm gonna give you a scenario that other people have painted to me. Two different ones.
Okay.
One was Roman would face Cody at Mania, and Rock would turn on Roman to get Cody the win.
Yeah. And
Cody finishes the story, and then you do Rock Roman at SummerSlam or Mania next year. I personally don't like that one on any level. Okay, so that's one. The other one is my take and how I would do it. And I know the first things everybody's going to say is like, you're never going to get Rock for 2 years. Oh! Well, let's just say we do. Let's just take away all the outside noise. Let's just assume we can book The Rock being back. Let's just say we could do that. So what I would do is Roman Reigns loses his title to Cody at WrestleMania. He finishes the story. The story now becomes Rock versus Cody in the pseudo John Cena Rock 1 year build to next WrestleMania. You know, that 1 year, the whole thing, Dwayne's not here, I'm here, the whole thing. Recreate The Rock versus Cena, but it's Cody Rock. And then they're fighting for the title. And then coming out of that would be Rock losing to Cody, and then him and Reigns now fracturing the bloodline, who we would now have added, like Lance Anoa'i, Jacob Fatu. We have a real bloodline behind that now we have to settle. Which, listen, I am very much willing to admit that 2 years of booking is a long way down the road, and it's probably 3 years when I give you the whole story, and you're probably going to be like, dude, it's 3 years, you're fucking crazy. I get it, I'm crazy, I want to see it, I've been wanting to see it forever. That's why I'm bringing it up.
You're talking about that Civil War shit.
Yes, the Civil War. Okay, hold on. That's my take.
Yeah.
You go from Cody finishing the story, Cody Rock, then Rock, Roman, Civil War, Bloodline, blah, 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 over a 3-year period. Now,
but it doesn't happen at Mania.
Okay,
Did his microphone just fall out?
He'll be back. He's going to talk about the Civil War for like 2 years. Two years.
Him and Whitehouse.
Am I there? Am I in?
You are.
You're in.
All right, sorry, I paused my microphone by accident. My Italian hands are flying right now. So I was talking to the boys tonight, and we're talking about everything. And Conda, shout out Conda, happy birthday, 40th, the whole thing. He brought up a great point. Cody finishes the story, wins the belt at Mania, and then he's now going to face The Rock at SummerSlam. The Rock loses, and then we do the Bloodline story heading into next Mania. Which either or is possible. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys.
I like it. Hold on, let me throw one.
I know Cody. Hold on, let me just get this thought out, and then you guys hit me with everything. Cody's got to finish the story. I'm totally down with that. I've always been down with that. But if you want to do Rock versus Roman, there's so many ways you could go about this that it's amazing. And the one thing I don't want is Rock turning on Roman now or at this Mania.
Are we
you know what I'm saying?
Are we in agreement that Rock and Roman does not need to be for a title?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I totally left that out. When I saw the boys tonight, my idea behind it was it's a blood feud. It's a family feud. No belts need to be attached to it.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do that, that's the most logical.
Yes. So
no, it has nothing to do with that.
That's
like
screwed up.
Here's my point. Okay, so let me map this out real quick, and then you guys take over. My long story is Cody beats Roman this year, loses to Rock next year, and then you do Rock Roman the following year with no title.
I don't think this needs to
go. Hold on. I know that's long-term storytelling. So some might say Cody beats Rock at Mania, and then you do Rock Cody at SummerSlam, and then you do Rock Roman Bloodline feud at Mania next year. So that's a 1-year build. Either way, what I'm telling you is Rock Roman is a blood feud, and everything else with Cody is about the title.
I think that once Cody gets this title, he's going to get if I was booking this, I'd get him far away from that Samoan Civil War shit as I can.
Why?
Because you don't get it. Here's what I would unify those fucking titles in a heartbeat, because now you got 2 workhorse champions and you don't need it. Okay? That whole point again.
I disagree with you. I totally disagree with you. And you have 2 different shows. You're going on a streaming service to a network. They're gonna have 2 champions. You could take that away. You could take the idea that they're gonna have 1 champion away. It's not gonna happen.
So, champion aside, I think you don't need to have fucking Cody anywhere near the Samoans after this damn match.
Why? It's not, dude.
Because
Why?
there's so
Why?
many
Wait. Hold on. Why
Do
would you take? Why would you take your champion out of the biggest story you could tell right away?
'Cause it doesn't-
How many times have we seen this? No, it does work. He beats Roman, and then the next logical step is he defends against Rock. How is that not logical?
doesn't need to happen. Brock
Why?
is
Why?
fucking title.
Why? Who's he fighting?
Why? Because
Okay.
Rock is a board member. He wants
Why-
a piece of the pie now. He's going to insert
hold on.
himself.
So who does Cody? Okay, so who does Cody fight coming out of it?
Honestly, coming out of it, there's a lot of ways you could go with
Oh yeah, you don't have an answer. There's a lot of ways you can go. Let's have Cody come in. This is the same shit I heard about Daniel Bryan 10 fucking years ago when he came out of WrestleMania. Like, oh yeah, Daniel Bryan, he's gonna win the title, and he's gonna fight all these guys. And then I sat in an arena in New Jersey, and why?
AC, hold on. He fights
fucking Kane, and his whole title run got shit on, and his whole career was over then.
Right.
And now he's wrestling with a broken face in fucking AEW.
He fights part-time Rock at SummerSlam. He beats The Rock. Why? Because he has to beat The Rock. The Rock don't need to fucking.
I'm not even saying he doesn't.
Hold on. Hang on.
When he's
the
done,
logical move.
where does he go?
Look, dude, just you listen to Hunter's. You heard Hunter's promo, right? You know Rock's gonna insert himself. He's inserting himself just because he's a board member. The heel thing, right? So how this plays out, Rock may or may not cost Roman at WrestleMania, right? But Cody goes over. Roman takes his break for his summertime. He goes away, and it's Cody and The Rock building SummerSlam. Cody, Rock, SummerSlam. Roman costs The Rock because he's jealous.
Yep.
That shot.
Yeah.
That
leads it to the Civil War with Rock and Roman
at WrestleMania next year.
No,
yes.
I don't.
But you have all the play. But in that time you have all those other players come involved. You have obviously the Usos. You have.
But here's the thing with Cody. Okay, where do you go from Cody once he beats The Rock? You're left in the same spot that you're left now.
Yeah, after what you guys are saying after next year, my story is I want Cody to beat The Rock at Mania next year.
I think you do. I like your deal. This could be wrapped up this year.
Here's what I'm saying is here's what I'm saying is I can give you 2 years of storytelling, and we have those 2 years to figure out how we come out of it right, instead of pop-shotting it and not doing it right.
I think my way is hot-shotting it, but I think that you have, okay, let's say fucking Lance and Hawaii and Jacob Fatu come in and they, help The Rock. The Rock does the turncoat thing and they help Cody win the belt. Rock still wants his shot. I'm on the board. I'm getting my shot. Okay? That's going to happen at SummerSlam because The Rock ain't going to fucking France and they're not going to do this in a foreign country. I don't really. If they do any of this stupid shit in Saudi Arabia, I'm going to fucking scream. But anyway, you have the SummerSlam match happen with Rock and Cody, only this time the Usos have reunited, or some fucking Samoan that we haven't seen yet comes in and fucking costs Rock the belt. You then do the Rock and Roman thing. You know where you go after SummerSlam? What's after SummerSlam that's big? They've done it 2 years in a row. You have that Samoan Civil War, and you have fucking Regal or somebody come out there.
War Games.
Samoan Civil War needs to happen in War Games. Not even if
that's
you
a pretty good idea.
War Games.
See, that's a good idea, man. War Games.
Done.
Civil War.
Yeah. It's got to happen. It makes logical sense to do Samoan Civil War. If that's what you're going to do, it's got to happen in War Games. Fuck WrestleMania. And then you're building your tent poles up.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, honestly,
the weakest tent pole for.
Well, hold on. If I was to tell you that you did the condensed version where Rock faces Cody at SummerSlam, that all makes sense. I'm okay with that. I don't even hate it. I love it. I actually love it.
And then
War Games.
Shit's going.
Yeah. No, dude, you're onto something. You're onto something. I love it. I'm not hating. I'm not arguing. I love it.
While the Samoan Civil War shit's now going on with Roman and The Rock.
It all ties together. Yeah, 100%.
Cody Rhodes could go off to fight L.A. Knight, Randy Orton, all these other guys, blah, blah, blah. You got history between Orton and Cody with the legacy shit. Then you got new AJ Styles versus Cody.
Honestly, if you do it that way,
Rhodes. Come on.
If you do it that way, you could say the winner of the Bloodline feud is still the number contender at WrestleMania next year. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, you're not. Listen, I'm in. I'm all in. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it, bro. Let's do it.
What's your main event for that damn title at Survivor Series? Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. You've now sat there and taken Survivor Series. Yes, it's been elevated a little bit ever since they've done the War Games the last 2 years in a row. But let's face it, Survivor Series has been.
No, this is what I want. This is what I want.
And now your weakest tent pole into a strong fucking thing, a pillar. You know,
this is what I want. I want good storytelling that's not insulting because you want to push some kind of fucking asshole that nobody wants to see. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I want. Like it doesn't have to be what I say, it doesn't have to be what you say. Like, you know, we all come up with scenarios and all these fantasy booking.
Here's the kicker that we're not really
but you want to know something? We're all kind of in the same realm. Our time frame is just a little bit different. That's really the only difference.
Is The Rock really going to do a fucking War Games match, folks? Yes, the answer is yes, because his Hollywood career has tanked so much that he had to come back to the WWE. His last year,
so Joe White is 100% wrong about that. The reason why he's actually going to do that match is because Ari Emanuel and him are like butt buddies. And Ari's going to be like, Rock, I need you to do this. And Rock's going to be like, okay, buddy, make me $200 more million.
I'm glad to see that The Rock has stated that he's now in quote unquote training camp because he is not in ring shape. He was blown up.
Why would he be though? Come on. Like, is that really a revelation, bro? Like, I know you
like a mark in that comment.
That's where your corny fucking love comes out. You're like, oh, he was blown up. It's so would he not be? Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be blown up?
He goes into
was he wrestling the last 10 years? No, he wasn't. So he's gonna be blown up.
And also, you gotta also think that the last 2 times Rock did wrestle, and that he did get in ring shape, he got injured both times. So we gotta count.
You know what he should do? He should probably climb up to the railing and do a dive like Sting's doing right now. That might be better. Yeah.
You're out.
Right. Texas tornado matches he's doing.
I'm so glad that Sting's gone. I'm so glad.
Why is Sting ruining his legacy with these motherfuckers?
Exactly, but that's beside the point.
Because he got paid well.
He got paid well by a money mark.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's beside.
Whitehouse, can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
White, shut up for 5 seconds. Let Whitehouse answer this.
All right.
I gotta ask Whitehouse this because I need to know your thoughts on the Buckaroos right now.
You know, I'll give you an analogy of how I feel about my young Buckaroos. Back in the day at WCW, there was a certain wrestler by the name of the Giant. He had a tendency of doing something all the time. 1 year he was in NWO. The next year he was out of NWO.
Yep.
The following year he was back in NWO. 2 weeks later he's out of NWO again. And then finally he's back in NWO again. That is what the young Bucks provided us. They're baby faces one day.
We're the
They're
elite.
heels the other day.
Elite. Now we're not the
Baby faces one day. Heels another day. They're just the giant 2.0 of WCW.
Dude, I gotta say this. This
He's
was
right.
not. This
Hey,
was
he's
not.
right.
This was not a setup. I did not ask him about this before the show started. It just came to mind right now. And bro, you knocked it out of the park. You fucking
That's
knocked
what
it out of the park.
Bucks remind
And
me.
I knew you would. That's why I told White. I'm like, wait, shut up. This Whitehouse is like.
I'm glad I did.
When you first started, I was a little worried, and then I started listening to you. I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna knock this one right out.
Fuck, dude. God, just stick to one thing and do it, man. You want to go heel? Fine.
I will give
Don't
them
go
credit.
back to babyface.
I will give
Stay
them
heel.
one thing, and I'm the biggest Young Buck hater out there. I do love the fact that they've changed it to the EVP trigger. I love that.
That's fine.
That's all.
You know what? And that's fine. They should have done this years ago. They're just late to this party.
Should have done it
Here's
right
the thing.
after the Punk thing happened.
They should be just heel, just because of all the shit that's going on. But you know what's going to happen? They're heels right now, but going into next summer or going into next summer into next year all out, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go babyface again.
When Kenny comes back, yep.
You know, and it's just they should stay heel. Kenny comes back, reunites with Jericho, because I thought it was stupid in the beginning. I dug it towards the end, and Kenny got hurt. Go back to those two. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
right.
it gives Jericho something to do. I actually thought that was their shtick was really good. I thought there was a chemistry with him and Kenny, and they could they could add to that with other things. You know what I mean? So I would have hoped they would go back to it, though. They had nothing for Guevara, so what do? They dump Guevara back on Jericho. It just again, another one. Heel, babyface, again.
Let me tell you what Whitehouse is doing.
2.0, man.
Let me tell you what Whitehouse is doing here. He's actually hoping.
Making sense.
He's actually hoping and praying that Tony Khan will have something called continuity.
He doesn't have it, dude. I've given up on that a long time ago. It's funny is you don't have to watch his whole show to get an idea of what's exactly still going on in that fucked up company.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
He's a fucking
idiot.
He's a cokehead. In the book,
he's just a fucking idiot.
So
it's a shame because there's so much talent on that roster.
Yeah.
There's so much potential there, and he's fucking it up.
I try to be a good father, but I could not be a good father at this one.
So
my son wants to see Sting's last match. I'm going to be on the road, so my wife is going to have to take him to this. And he asked me, Dad, can you get tickets to Revolution? I says, no. Why? Because I'm not giving Tony Khan any of my money. Now, if you would like to take your allowance money and buy your own fucking ticket.
I won't buy.
That's what he did.
I won't buy one.
Why do you gotta be so heartless?
You know what I mean? I won't buy his pay-per-views. Fuck him, dude.
I bought me and AC bought where I bought.
Dude, listen, dude. Wait. We just have a moment. White and Whitehouse had a moment. Fuck. We had a fuck Tony Khan moment with White and Whitehouse.
Yes, we did.
Right.
Here's the I'm for
I just when you know what it was our shows. We were going back and forth with him for like a year. The last year of our show, it was just on again.
Whitehouse, let me ask you this: did anybody else do a more real AEW show than we did? We literally gave you the good, the bad, the ugly, the truth, right?
We did it all. And my last stance was when he fired Punk after All In or whatever.
I think I just fell in love with Whitehouse.
That was it. I was done. I was done.
Me too.
And,
Me too.
I was done.
I tried really hard to give it a chance once Punk came in. And the only saving grace that really kept me watching after Punk got, the Punk thing happened was MJF. I love MJF.
They fucked that up too.
Yeah.
They did. And everybody's like, well, MJF should go to WWE. No, because they'll water him down and he can't say near as much cool shit.
MJF is in the most undesirable position of anybody in pro wrestling right now, where he is the face of AEW, the best thing they could possibly do, and it'll never be as good as it should be. But he shouldn't go to WWE either, because he will never be MJF.
Yeah,
like we want MJF to be in AEW. Or in WWE. I'm sorry. He's in an impossible situation. I think he's like a generational talent. He's so good. I honestly, at the end of the day,
he was good. AC, the shit that he was doing towards the end. No, man.
Yeah, no, I get, brother. I'm not arguing with you. I get it.
And the caveat of all,
he's in an impossible spot, though. He's in an impossible spot.
And the caveat of all this, fellas, is my guy, who I've been on our show preaching about coming from Japan this month, will be arriving, and it's killing me.
Poor guy. I know he's
killing me.
Okada, right? You're talking about Okada.
What's that?
You're
no,
talking
not Okada.
Ospreay?
Ospreay.
Yeah.
Well, they signed him last year.
The only reason why they signed him is because they want the big main event in fucking UK, which don't get me started on that. But anyway, that's
Whitehouse. I am not arguing with you about Ospreay because I love him, but the whole thing was handled wrong. It was handled wrong.
I know. It sucks. But it's just they're gonna do shit with him because they're doing shit with Jay White, the Bang Bang Gang of the ROH Tag Team Champions. That's the best you could do with Jay White. Are you fucking kidding me?
They signed these guys. They signed these guys and offering them a ton of money so that WWE doesn't get them, and then they ruin them. They absolutely ruin them. It's a fucking money mark, flaunting his money out. And kudos to the wrestlers for taking it. Kudos to the wrestlers. I'm glad as much as I really don't like her work, Mercedes Moné is going to get paid a ton of money to go there and get squashed by Riho. Let's face it.
I think she'll be used well, is because you look at the drop in talent. I mean, there's 4 or 5 ladies that you could say that are really good.
Yeah.
So they'll use her. It's just you got Will Ospreay there, and you look at what they're doing with Jay White. He's a fucking ROH tag team champion.
Everybody that they brung in from New Japan suffered.
It's just like what?
Everybody that they brung in from New Japan has suffered.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I feel like they brought him in at the wrong time.
No, it's not that they bring them in at the wrong time, AC. It's because it's called the money mark doesn't know what to do with them. There's not enough cocaine in the world to fix this problem for him. He doesn't know what to do with them because he's got a roster of 120 fucking others that are over there that don't need to be there. You want to talk about roster problems? Oh, man. And they just get lost in the shuffle because they get booked one week. And then they get booked the other week. And then they don't get booked for 6 months. And then, Will Ospreay shows up again. It's like, oh, yeah, he's still fucking here. That's what's going to happen.
I think eventually he's going to copy what WWE's doing. Have two rosters, 2 champs. I think he's going to hit there. I just think that he's. I think his, because if any roster can do it, it's that roster.
Yeah, it's such a diverse roster. You're absolutely right. It's such a diverse roster, and it's a well-stacked roster.
And if he were to do that, it would probably fix a lot of his mess.
I mean,
he were to do it.
AC, I know is going to jump on me for saying this. Willow Nightingale should have been the one to beat J. Card Gill, because Willow Nightingale.
Oh my God, bro!
Dude,
really?
No.
What have they done with fucking? Okay, hold on.
Why should Jade
here.
Cargill ever lose? Why should she ever lose?
She's probably
Why shouldn't Jade Cargill be Andre the Giant and she doesn't lose for 2,000 days?
I shit on this woman for years.
Hold on. Why should Jade Cargill ever lose?
You're right.
No.
But she's gonna lose in WWE because they don't do streaks and all
No,
that.
She's
she's not.
She's gonna lose. She's gonna be in the chamber and she's gonna lose.
Okay, so I'll say this about Jade
She
Cargill.
has to get pinned in that chamber.
I will say this about Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill should not lose for 2,797 days, and she should be fucking Andre the Giant, immovable force, especially you know what I'm saying.
What did I tell you the other day? I said I'd rather see Jade Cargill versus freaking Mommy than Becky Lynch versus Mommy. The problem is Jade has
what WWE did with her in 20 minutes compared to what AEW did with her for 2 years.
3 years. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
So
I shit on this woman. No. I shit on this woman for years in AEW. Dude, I called her the Lex Luger of women's wrestling. She was she was all show, no go. Like, I shit all over this chick. But what WWE did for her in those 20 minutes, fucking incredible. And no, they're not gonna squash her. They're not gonna lose her. That is Triple H's baby.
Whitehouse.
And Shawn Michaels loves her to death. Dude, everybody, every report coming out of there, dude, she's at the performance center. She's eating it all up. She's learning from the right people. She's getting taught by the right people. Dude, they are grooming the fuck out of her.
You're right. But I can't believe I'm saying this. Hold on. I got to take a drink of here. Hold on. I can't believe I'm saying because I'm going to put Tony Khan and AEW over a little bit here.
Really?
If she hadn't had that run in AEW, I don't think WWE would have had an interest in her.
They weren't interested in her. No. That's correct. They weren't interested in her before the run. She chose AEW because of Cody.
No, that's the point. But
hold on, though. She had that AEW run in that undefeated streak, and I was a Jade Cargill mark.
Can we bring up something more important right now?
Go right ahead, because you're like 5 sheets to the wind, brother. I can hear it.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Wait. Who said that Jade was a superstar before all you motherfuckers?
Fuck you, dude.
Me? I was saying it from the very beginning.
I wasn't.
You and Edwards said it. I fucking hated her, dude.
That's why Whitehouse said what he said. He's like, you're 5 sheets to the wind, brother, blah, blah, blah. Because he knew I was going to be like, who said Jade was a star before you did? And he knew I was going to say, I did.
So here's the thing with AEW when they very first started. Like with the
Whitehouse, I love you, brother.
Everybody,
I love you too.
I fucking love you.
I got behind Jade Cargill right away because the fucking fans of AEW shat on her at the very beginning.
Of course they did, because they didn't see what I saw. They didn't see.
Hold on.
You know what Whitehouse used to say to me? Oh, she's Lex Luger, blah blah blah. And I used to be like, you're right.
All show, no go.
Lex Luger, superstar.
Lex Luger
Jade Cargill.
Lex Luger was over in WCW. I mean, come on. So, but my point is that I had a weird habit of liking everybody in AEW at the very beginning that the fans were shitting on. I loved the Dark Order when they first came in.
Oh my God.
And then I love the Dark Order because the Dark Order was down South Virginia, and I was on at the Waffle House, and we hung out that day, and I love the Dark Order. It has nothing to do with wrestling substance. It just has to do with the fact that they look pretty cool.
No, it had to do with the fact that part of it, actually, I'll say this, and it's a fucking stupid reason for saying it. It was different, and the fans hated it. And the fucking fans hated it. And I'm like, well, if you motherfuckers hate it.
Why wouldn't they hate it? It was terrible.
It was terrible, dude.
They had a chance to do something with those guys when Brody
They did, and they did it terribly.
So,
listen. I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm just gonna put this. There's no argument to make, and if you want to make it, you can feel free to make it after I say this. Everything Tony Khan does sucks, and I don't even want to hate AEW. We spent how many years doing shows, Dynamite every fucking night, COVID, fucking no fans in the stadium. We broke down every show. Cody Rhodes versus Anthony Ogogo. How many different fucking shows did we break down? How many times did we try to give AEW a chance? And you want me to sit here and be like, okay, you know what? It's 2024. You know, Tony Khan's going to get it right. Fuck you. It's terrible. It's terrible.
The point I was trying to make was I was a huge fan of Jade Cargill when she first started, and nobody else was. She got booed.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
No,
it's not. No. Whitehouse. Was it nobody? Whitehouse. Did I? Have I not been Jade Cargill from day one?
You and Edwards were up my ass about it all the time.
She was a star. She
Wait. How many times, Whitehouse? How many times were you like, oh yeah, pal, Jade, yeah, Jade, yeah, pal.
But I have to give some credit to that undefeated streak in AEW that it did kind of put more on
Whitehouse had the best text last week over the Jade Cargill thing. WWE did in 20 minutes what AEW tried to do in 2.5 years.
Yeah, I think
they couldn't do it.
Yeah, I honestly think they took her from already being a star to now she's a mega star.
Well, she has a Joe. This is why I thought she was a thing.
I'll be honest with you though.
No, but she had a presence. She had a presence. She had an aura.
I know who it was.
She had a presence.
Yep.
She had an aura. She had a thing about her that made her feel like a big deal.
Yeah.
And you don't always get that. And she has that.
Shawn Michaels.
Is she the best wrestler? Is she the best this, that? No.
But
the problem is, for everybody in this industry, it's like, okay, you want to know something? You might be a better wrestler, but she has a better presence. When we look at Mommy, she has it all.
Yeah,
all of it. It all together. And that's what you would hope Jade will do. She has those principles. Mommy took those principles and tied it all together.
And kudos for Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But they had the wherewithal to go after those first few weeks where she kept showing up. Okay. They had the wherewithal to go, she's not ring ready.
But that shows Shawn Michaels' IQ because everything AC just said, Shawn Michaels almost said that word for word.
Yeah,
and describing her.
And I'll tell you this, he knows way better. And I'll take Shawn Michaels' word way more than my word.
Right.
If Vince were still booking, Jade Cargill would be champ right now without any kind of ring training or any kind of
Well, that's kind of the new. Yeah, that's where the new part comes in. You know what I mean?
And here's the issue with AEW is who have they developed? That was the whole point of that quote I sent you in Edwards. Is honestly, since their creation, who have they developed? Homegrown, developed.
No one.
Nobody.
No, you're right. You're 100% correct.
They developed Jade Cargill to a certain extent because I did not know who this woman was from Adam until AEW.
But how about this poor job they did?
And
because
they got
what
and they let her
WWE did in
go.
20 minutes shattered that.
That's the thing, though. All they had to do when she first showed up and they showed her getting out of a limo or whatever it was, or walking down the hallway, or
Dude, if MJF signs with AEW or if MJF signs with WWE, I mean, I kind of think he's not going to, but let's just say he does. Like, what are they gonna do?
I'll put him in NXT first.
Yeah, I would.
Wait, say it again.
I would put him in NXT first.
But I'm okay.
with Sean.
Right, so you're talking about MJF. Let's get him to the top. But what I'm saying is, from the AEW perspective, like if they did, what would they do?
Yeah, that's
the Buckaroos and Kenny.
That's the mother rat off the ship if he jumps.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, Buckaroos and Kenny? Like, we're gonna. I mean, Hangman really gonna fight each other?
Back to my point.
I don't know, man.
This goes back to my point where I say there's really is no casual fans in wrestling. WWE people know about AEW. They knew about Jade Cargill from AEW. That's why she got that initial pop when she first showed up.
Well, yeah, but what you're saying is okay. You're gonna tip your hat.
You're gonna kind of tip your hat to Tony Khan for building something there, because if she hadn't have been on that undefeated.
Okay, so you know what? I will tip my cap for building Jade Cargill because I saw it like he did. But here's where I'm gonna remove my tip of cap when you lose her to your rival.
Here's the thing. It's a shitty foundation, but it was a foundation.
But no. So
you're telling me?
Wait, are you gonna root? Are you gonna root for the Buckaroos? Are you gonna root for the Buckaroos?
No. Are you telling me if she never has that AEW run and she just pops up on WWE TV that she would have gotten the pop that she did?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is,
dude, it's deeper than this.
Yes,
Listen, she had the opportunity before you, me, Edwards, AC even knew her. She had the opportunity to sign with WWE at the Performance Center to train. She chose AEW because Cody Rhodes talked her into it. She chose to do that. So what Tony Khan did, because of Cody, surround her by people. You brought in Shaquille O'Neal. You used Cody. You then Cody leaves. So what does Tony Khan do? I got an idea. Let's give her the TBS championship. So what fucking development did she really have, bro? None.
She's getting it now, thank God.
Yes,
and I agree. I agree with Whitehouse, because here's the thing: you might say development, like, okay, she had matches, but if somebody's really gonna train her how to like do this right, she's in the right place.
They would have never put her through all that.
No, right.
You're right. You're absolutely right. If she would have just signed with NXT straight away, she never would have had the huge winning streak and everything like that. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
but she's still
another female.
Here's what I'm gonna say about her. If you want to make it a big deal about where she signed first, AEW or NXT, and that's your case to give AEW credit, okay, that's fine. But here's what I'm going to say. She oozes superstardom.
She does. You saw it at the Royal Rumble.
So it doesn't matter if she went to AEW or she went to NXT or she went to anywhere. She was going to ooze superstardom. And she's probably with the better people to suck that out of her than when she was in AEW. Right. And honestly, and that's the only way I look at it. Because any other way, I feel like we're disrespecting her talent. She's a fucking talent. And that's my whole rant earlier on the women and trying not to be a sexist piece of shit. Like, I'm really not. Is like, I just want to see the people are really awesome. And although Jade Cargill definitely has work to do, but she's really fucking awesome. And I saw that 2 years ago. I saw that 6 months ago. I saw that 18 months ago. And let's love it. Let's fucking live it.
If you go by your logic, then AC, she's gonna fit right in because there's only about 8 women on the roster that don't need work.
That's my point, bro. Thank you.
Yes. Joe,
literally
seriously,
my point.
Look at it. Think of it. Let's look.
My
point
point is booking women and men 50-50 is an overcorrection. But when you have an exceptional talent like Jade Cargill, let's fucking put her on a pedestal because she deserves it. I just don't get how this is so hard to figure out right now.
How do you book her though? I mean, do you ever have her lose in WWE?
Not right now. I want to do it right away. Well, I mean, eventually, yeah, but
I wouldn't even put her in the chamber. I wouldn't even.
No. This is what I would do. This is what we have to get back to. And it's the whole thing I was talking about, bloodline. Blood feuds. A fight because it's a fight. There's no title attached. There's no big thing. We're fighting because we dislike each other or we have a blood feud.
Here's what I would do. And it kind of mirrors the AEW winning streak deal, but they're going to do it right. That's your female Goldberg right there. You go in, you have her do.
You can do that too. You can do that too. Yeah.
I know what
I'm not even against that. I'm not against it either.
I'm not. But what I'm looking at it differently. And here's what I would do. I would stick her with Bianca in a tag team. Let her travel a little bit with Bianca. Let those two dominate the tag team division for a little bit. It gets Bianca out of the title picture. Okay,
let her get used to having a platform.
But she's helping to groom in Jade, and then I'm gonna do a Rockers 2.0, a la Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
Jade turns on. He goes on the heel run. The rocket ships ride.
Bro, I think even Hollywood's gonna like that scenario.
I like it.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
What I would do.
I'll go one step.
Pop. And the only reason why that came to my mind was that pop when she was facing, when she and Bianca were eye to eye. The pop in that building was awesome.
I'll go
so
one.
There's something there with those two.
I'll go one step further. Forget Goldberg. With a little bit more seasoning, that's your female Roman Reigns, man. That's somebody who could have
down the road.
Yeah, down the road.
That's so.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
That's
she's got the same. She's got that same. She's got that same it that he does.
Yeah, that's the woman.
Well, look how long. You're not taking this.
Look how long it took Roman to get there. You can't rush her because then she's going to get booed and kicked to the curb.
Part of that was Vince trying to shove him down our throats to begin with.
Right,
so.
but that's what I'm saying is you gotta let it happen organically.
Exactly.
Stick her in a tag team with Bianca for a while. Let them dominate that fucking shitty ass division. And it gives her some gold and she's look what Bianca's done in the 3 years. Regardless whether or not how talented she is, but look at how much she's achieved. You're telling me Jade couldn't learn from her? Man.
You're absolutely right. I go back to AC's point, though, of who the fuck do you put them against?
Dude, there's really honestly nobody. That's what I'm saying. They're going to dominate. And then they lose the title next day on Raw or whatever. Jay just pounds her to the ground. And then you got a fucking 6 to 8 month feud between the two of them.
I could see.
Beat the shit out of each other.
So we got to start wrapping this up.
Yeah, I just looked at the time and I can't believe my old ass is up this late.
I know. Yeah. No,
seriously. With her,
Whitehouse. WrestleMania season. Cody finishes his story. What are you looking forward to? How you feeling about it? Just give me a quick synopsis before.
Yeah.
We're gonna do another show soon, but
sure.
Do you want to finish the story? Where are we headed?
Obviously, we're finishing the story with Cody, I think you're gonna see some stars made this WrestleMania as well.
Along the way.
Along the way, and that's what I'm kind of looking at. I'm honestly curious to see who they book Seth with. I think you guys were saying Drew. I personally would like to see Randy. It'll get him closer to that 16.
Yeah.
I think that's the route I would go. And then, once Randy drops it, maybe down the road do something with the legacy drama down the road. But you have that for down the road. But I want to see Randy get closer to 16. We know this is his last ride or close to his last ride. And the fucking shape that he's in, God
Dude,
damn.
He's jacked.
Dude.
Fucking.
One more run, man.
All right, wait. Same questions. Finish the story. What's going on? How you feeling about it all?
The finishing the story part, that's in the bag, I think. Night 2 has to be Cody versus Roman. I think the double agent thing is just still there. As far as new stars being made, I think here's one that we didn't talk about. Braun Breaker's beating Gunther at Mania. I think that's going to happen, and it's going to be amazing when it does happen.
New star, then.
That's a fun match. Okay. That's a fun match.
Got to beat people in order to make new stars. It's got to come out of left field from sometimes.
Yeah.
The night after WrestleMania is what I'm looking forward to, because last year Vince took the reins back that night and it was shit.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, this year.
2 years in a row.
This year he's not there. Hunter has the book, and I'm so looking forward to the night after. So much so that I'm actually going to come in off the road on Friday so that I can be home Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Usually I leave out on Mondays. The women's division, I think maybe the night after Mania, wouldn't it be really impressive if you saved Jade's debut for the night after Mania? I agree. She should not be in that chamber, because if she's in the chamber, you got to beat her the way they're going now. Night after WrestleMania, maybe she's the one to come in there and remember what they did with Paige? Her first fucking night in?
Yeah.
Maybe she's the one that knocks Rhea Ripley off the fucking pedestal the night after Mania. Bam! That's a superstar, a megastar born right there. It could happen. It could happen. WWE is going to be way better at hiding her weaknesses than AEW ever was. When it comes,
there you go. That I'll agree with.
When it comes
to what about you?
Shit, you agree with that, AC?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I think Gunther loses at Mania. U.S. title wise, I don't know, man. You're not.
Yeah.
Logan's got to lose it, but you're not going to.
I'm with you, brothers.
Funny.
All right, so let's do this. Let's leave it here.
We're going to see stars being made, and we're going to, like Triple H said, it's going to be a new era.
Yeah, it has to be with everything going on.
It's going to be brand
with everything. With everything going on, it has to be.
Yep. Let's pause it here. We'll close it out here. All these conversations to be continued. And the great thing is for the most part, we spent the last 2 hours talking about wrestling. For the most part, none of the other bullshit.
Each other for once.
Whitehouse.
I mean, we do need the Samoan Civil War to happen, I think. And I love the idea.
Oh, it has to happen.
It's got to happen at War Games. That's not a Mania match. It's a War Games match.
That is really cool. Okay, so final thoughts.
Final thoughts is it's going to be a hell of a ride, man.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a ride. And I'm actually looking forward to the Super Bowl for the first time in a long time tomorrow.
Are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for? Give us your picks.
You know who I'm rooting for. I got money on Brock Purdy. I got money because I want to see that skinny bitch in a skybox cry. Sorry, I'm vindictive. I can't stand her. Anyway.
All right. Whitehouse, final thoughts, Super Bowl prediction. Go.
All right. Super Bowl prediction. 49. Fuck this Super Bowl. I'm a New York Giants fan. So fuck this Super Bowl. Sideways.
Literally, fuck this Super Bowl.
All right. But 49ers because I can't stand Taylor Swift. Okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Whitehouse are in agreement again,
My
Macy.
final thought.
Well, I feel I'm getting ganged up on tonight. What is going on?
My final thought is this. Edwards, you motherfucker. Miss ya. You gotta
Yes.
get your ass on here.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's my final thought.
Fauci saved your life because of Edward, so we got to make this happen.
That's my final thought. Miss you, brother. I miss you.
We love you, Edwards. We love you.
We love you, brother.
All right. Here's my final sauce. Haters gonna hate.
Oh,
Haters
my
gonna
fucking God.
hate.
Shake it off, pal.
Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City Chiefs, 34-21, Kansas City.
Shake it
I
off.
hate the Super Bowl. I really hate the Super Bowl. Sucks.
I'm not even a football fan, and I hate to say this, when I was little and did watch football, I was a Cowboys fan. And at the beginning of the season,
Fucking fraud, dude. You live in Virginia.
I know,
Dude.
it
There should be
doesn't.
a goddamn law. If you don't live in Texas or you weren't born in
Dude,
Texas,
this is what I want to do.
like the
I want to set up a
At the beginning of
podcast
the point I'm
with
getting at,
Whitehouse and White and to have none of us and just let you two argue the whole night.
the point I was getting at is that for this year, I then switched to being a Redskins fan because I lived in Richmond. Pretty much
Wait, you're a Redskins fan?
I used to be, yeah.
Used to
You're
be.
smart because you're from here.
So, well, it doesn't matter where you're from.
Used to be. I used to be a
Supposed to be
Redskins fan.
loyalty from where you're from, man.
Oh, bullshit. Anyway, the Cowboys at the beginning of this,
you guys had such a good night, and it's going off the rails now.
I knew that the Redskins were the Commanders, weren't going to amount to shit this year. So I was like, all right, fuck it. I'll try to follow a team. And I picked the Cowboys because at the beginning of the year, they gave me a glimmer
Fucking
of hope.
fraud.
So, and then they fucking choked again. I'm like, man, fuck this. So I was like, football is
That's what you get. Fraud.
Call me whatever you want. I'm not really a fan. I could give if
I
the
hate
NFL.
Joe, you gotta understand something about me. You gotta understand something about me, and AC knows this as he's falling asleep because we're on so long. I could tell. Is I hate the Cowboys, I hate the Red Sox, I hate the Lakers, and I hate the Montreal Canadiens. Those are facts.
And he would have threw the Yankees in because for Yankee fans he won't. he's like I should have thrown the Yankees in, but I can't because we're Yankee fans.
Here's my stance on the whole thing. The NFL could go out of business tomorrow, and I would not shoot the team.
You know what? Honestly, that is the realest comment that we've had all night. So I gotta respect it.
I've watched more football this year than I have probably since I was 6 years old, and I don't know why.
You know why?
Badass sport.
Because haters gonna hate, and the haters gonna hate. Shake it up.
My God.
Shake it up.
What Vince told her when he shat on her head. Shake it.
Shake it off, pal. Yeah. Shake that shit off, pal. Yeah. Yeah. Lick it, pal. Yeah. Taste it. Taste it. Yeah.
I just, you know what? To be Travis Kelce, banging Taylor Swift the night before his game, and he's playing in the Super Bowl.
He's gonna lose.
What kind of life do you live, huh?
You see that two-headed one?
All right.
Hold on. You see that two-headed one on the wall, pal? I call that one the Brothers of Destruction.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait. When are you back home, brother?
I am back home. Let me check the calendar here because I leave out Tuesday. I am back home probably March the 7th.
All right. So we're gonna talk to White first week of March. Whitehouse next week.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Dude, I'm game, man.
We got to Fauci and Hollywood, we got to make these situations happen.
Yeah.
Listen, can I say this to both of you?
This is fun.
Thank you. That's what I was gonna say.
I knew he was.
Yes.
No.
It was a good.
I've
No,
had fun.
honestly, it was a good time to catch up with both of you.
Yeah. Don't hang up though, because I did want to talk to you about something off air. So.
Off air. Okay. All right. So we're gonna wrap it up here. Cool Truth Podcast Productions, WrestleMania Podcast Network. Cool Truth WrestleMania Kickoff. We got a lot more coming this year. Shout out D Smitty. Shout out Conda. Happy 40th. Shout out to all the boys, girls, BDFL. Love y'all, all of you. We're gonna have some major shit coming along. Kobe, Dave. It's all coming. We're taking it back. This is gonna be the year of years for Cool Truth and for Retromania. Signing off. We'll talk to everybody later. And I'll talk to White after I cancel this call.